Hey, good morning to everybody. Happy Saturday. It's Daryl here. It's bright and freaking early, man. It's 3 a.m. here in Connecticut on the East Coast. Okay, I want to do this video about trolling. And is trolling a good thing? Is it wise? Does it make you mistrust people? Does it kind of blur the sides between reality and what is real and what might be a joke? What if I did this? Just wait 1 second. I might say some crazy stuff. I just took a hit of rock. I'm joking. It's not really a joke. I'm doing this for a point. What if I did that and then said, I might say some crazy stuff. I'm just trolling. Okay, here's my point. Some people on my YouTube channel in comments, I get this comment probably more than any other comment with people that disagree with me, usually by Trumpers. They'll say, this is what happens when you use rock, when you smoke crack. Look what happens. Don't smoke crack, kids. Back on the crack, back on the rock. I've gotten this dozens of times. My comments. What if I decided to troll people and do that, but not tell you guys, it's a joke. Just, I might say some crazy stuff. What if I did that? Would it blur? Would it make you question me? Would you start to lose trust in me? Hell yeah, of course you would. Why am I saying this? Because of what? Guess who? Donald Trump just posted, AI. There was talk about him saying that he would make a great pope. That was enough. He made a comment about it. To me, it doesn't qualify as blasphemy. I'm a Roman Catholic. I pray every morning. I was confirmed and all that. I'm not big into Roman Catholicism, but I have a huge amount of faith in my recovery. It's helped keep me clean, that I have a higher power. And it almost edges on blasphemy that somebody who has absolutely no morals, how many wives, how many kids by different women, to make this joke about, so he posted this AI picture of him as the Pope yesterday on Friday. And people love it. All the MAGA comments. And I tried to understand this, okay? There was one comment that said, President Trump posts himself as Pope. How can you not love this guy, the trolling? And I stopped right there. And because I want to understand this. I want to understand, because the person seems genuine. They actually love Donald Trump, and they think this is a positive point, a sense of humor, a sense of trolling people, getting back at his detractors. But here's the problem. I honestly, I don't think he's joking 100%. I don't even think he's joking 50%. The man obviously has issues with arrogance and narcissism, beyond a shadow of a doubt. Anybody that can't see that is in denial. I'm the best at everything. I'm the greatest. I'm the best. That's not trolling, And then the whole thing with, if you think the assassination was real, that he survived that. That just boosted his self-image. He really, I truly believe he believes that he could be the Pope, and he would accept the job in a second if it was ever offered to him. To me, it honestly, blasphemy is denying or making fun of the Holy Spirit or God. It doesn't really qualify here as making fun of it. To me, it's making fun of the papacy. It's making fun of Roman Catholicism. To me, that's what it's insulting to me. It really is. But here's the big point. When he does this, and he's a political figure, he is the biggest political figure in the United States. He's the president. There's a huge amount of trust in the president of the United States. When he does something like this, it eats away at the people trusting him. Is he kidding? Where's the line here? Is he a little serious? You know, if he was offered a job, does he really think he's qualified at this? Does he think it's okay to make fun of this, to make fun of the Pope? You know, what if, on the other hand, with me, you know, a recovering crack addict, or let's just say somebody that was still using. You know, what if they said, hey, I could be the Pope? Look, or they dressed as the president. They dressed as President Trump. And they said, oh, I could do a better job than President Trump. And they were serious. Or they were trolling. You know, Trump supporters wouldn't take that as funny. But my point is here, is you don't know with this trolling, or what you call trolling. Back when I was younger, there was no such thing as trolling. It was either lying or making fun of somebody. You know, now trolling is kind of a combination of the two. You know, and when people do this to me on YouTube, you know, they pick something that's low hanging fruit, making fun of me for my past drug use. And what if I was to get back at them by trolling them, you know, saying that I was using right here, like, haha, look, you know, I'm doing what you think I'm doing, haha, you know, it's exactly what Trump is doing in this picture with the Pope, you know. It's the exact same thing. People say he's getting back his detractors or whatever, but it blurs the line of trust. It does. You don't know how serious he is. You know, you don't know. It blurs the line of trust, and that's my point. And I don't think there's anything funny about it. To me, I find it insulting. I do. To me, it's blasphemy. It is for him to dress himself up as the highest religious figure in my faith and pretend that he is somebody that took this, that gave their entire lives to the Lord and Jesus Christ, and to pretend that he is this guy. That to me is blasphemy, and it's insult. It's one of the biggest insults I think I could ever. And for the religious right to be okay with this, come on, you know, you don't have all that much faith. You don't really have faith in God and Jesus Christ if you're okay with him making fun of the Pope. That's my opinion. But it blurs the line between trust. It does. I've been clean and sober since October 23rd of 2006. Recovery is possible. I only did this little thing to make a point. I would never use again. Using isn't funny. It's not trolling. Using drugs is dangerous and deadly. Have a good Saturday.